everyone, welcome to Jacob City Fishing's Theology episode. If you are new, please click the subscribe button below and select the option to receive notifications when new episodes are created. Let's jump into some theology. I hope you learn and enjoy.
Thank you for joining Jacob City Fishing, where the goal is learning to live in the great outdoors found as we walk outside of our homes into nature and society. In today's Daily Devo, we'll be going through Colossians 1, verses 9 through 14. And so, from the day we heard, we have not ceased to pray for you, asking that you may be filled with the knowledge of His will in all spiritual wisdom and understanding, so as to walk in the manner worthy of the Lord, fully pleasing to Him, bearing fruit in every good work and increasing in the knowledge of God, being strengthened with all power according to His glorious might, for all endurance and patience with joy, giving thanks to the Father, who has qualified you to share in the inheritance of the saints in light. He has delivered us from the domain of darkness and transferred us to the kingdom of His beloved Son, in whom we have redemption, the forgiveness of sins. I'll probably come back to this text for tomorrow's Daily Devo, but I wanted to highlight one particular area of emphasis here. Paul is praying for the Colossians. I know it might sound moot, but the reality is, prayer is not something that is commonplace in today's society. Not only does he pray for them, but he asks that they would be filled with the knowledge of His will in all spiritual wisdom and understanding, and that they would walk in a manner worthy of the Lord. We saw in yesterday's Devo that he was praying for them, giving thanks for the love that they showed one another. Again, these are observations that Paul has made through what he's heard about the Colossians, as well as his desire for their growth and maturity in spiritual things and in line with the gospel. So you have to ask yourself, when you pray, do you pray that other Christians would mature? Do you give thanks for their love they have for one another according to the gospel? Do you pray for the leadership in your church, that they would be biblical and holy? Do you pray for the holiness of your wife or your husband or your children? What do you pray for, if anything at all? That is the question of the day. Do you pray? Now, if you don't value what the gospel does, or you don't understand the biblical implications for what happens at salvation and how the gospel changes you, then you may not care whether or not you pray, or whether or not you pray for these particular areas of importance in both your life and those around you. But if you do believe in what Jesus did on the cross and how He rose again, and He makes us new beings, new creations, that then you should be willing to pray for the well-being of those around you, and that they would live their lives as new beings, holy, reflective of His character and His being in this dark world. And as you go about your day, whether that's at work, dealing with just the general responsibilities, or you hear about issues of abortion or racism and the social justice movement and the emphasis that's placed in businesses today, then it might behoove you to pray for not only yourself, but those Christians in your workplace, the Christians that are working and dealing with these things, the politicians that are working in these areas, as well as for the salvation of our leaders, as we should be praying for their salvation and not just mocking them. Or not mocking them. So I leave you with that question. Do you pray? Do you pray for the right things? And do you believe in the gospel and hope and have a burden on your heart to pray for those around you that profess to be Christians, and deal with the darkness that is in this world as you walk outside? Thank you for taking a moment to consider what God has to say during your adventure outdoors. Please click the subscribe button below, along with the notifications button on the YouTube channel, so you can learn how to survive and thrive in these great outdoors.